Hi, I'm Andrew, an entrepreneur and a computer science student,
Hi, I'm Raveen, a psychology major student.
and you're now listening to the Ink Thoughts podcast, where we ponder and talk about incongruous thoughts ranging from our daily life to the human mind.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Ink Thoughts podcast. Here's another episode, another week. So, yes, how was your week, Vereen? I know it's been like assignments and all that, and you've been with at home with me all the time because school haven't started yet. Like for most undergraduate, it would be like exam period. I guess some of you as well, but just for you, like there's not really any much exam, something like that. So, yes, how was your week?
Yeah, I'll say there's actually not much difference compared to last week, but basically just working on my assignments and try to prepare for my exam, although my assignments are my main focus for now, but still, you have to keep a bit of time so that you don't just pile out everything at the end of the day. But overall,
I mean, you've been like really, even though you kind of do it early, you're not piling up to the end. You're still kind of doing that, right?
Yeah.
Because like you just finished the assignment that's supposed to be handed in on Monday, and then you have another one that's gonna hand in the Monday the week after. Yeah, and we're gonna have a trip next week.
Yeah.
So
That's why because considering our trip, that's why I'm trying to finish everything as soon as possible so that I still can have some time,
to enjoy.
Yeah.
I mean, like I don't know. You should probably finish it by like Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday, isn't it? Like maybe Thursday. I can give you a bit of extension to Thursday, but then I don't know.
Yeah.
not that I'm giving extension, but then it's on a trip,
Yeah.
Should I probably enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, it's my first time going to Birmingham, so I just don't. Obviously, I don't want to ruin it just by doing my assignments.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, so I'll say like basically nothing much happened. Stress and all is still manageable, and basically kind of similar like last week. Yeah. So how about you?
Yes. So my week haven't been particularly special. I remember how a week ago, last week's Friday, because usually on our company we have this company social thing. I think it's a pretty normal thing in the UK. Just that most companies, their social is like head out, drink beer, and then chat about stuff on the Friday night or something. I presume, I don't know. But for me, ours, because we are all remote, so what we do is we usually open up a Zoom video call. Usually we play games, but then occasionally we do chat about stuff, something like that. So that day, because our social manager wasn't here. One of my colleague Gilliam is the social manager, I guess. So yeah, he wasn't here. So my boss or my manager kind of like we're just there, and then we're chatting about stuff, and then he was asking what happened during Christmas. Pretty much. It's like everyone just saying, actually nothing special. Well, it's just kind of how I say it every time, but I just kind of relate that. It's quite interesting that it happens that I don't know. I guess rarely when you say this kind of stuff. The reason why you say this kind of stuff, like how I host this and I talk about like how was your week, something like that, is you just kind of assume that everyone's week has to be. You just gotta say something about your week. I mean, there's nothing wrong about that. During that session, I did share about like how we went to Sunderland. I mean, those are all new to me. So it is. While it might not be interesting for many, but it is quite interesting for me. And that's how I'll say. But I don't know. I guess sometimes, it is. It is nothing new most of the time. I don't know, but then I just want to say that it's okay to be nothing new. But I guess like you do need to appreciate that. If it's something special for you, I guess it's definitely worth sharing something like that. So, but last week, over this past week, I mean, it was mainly just working out. It was cool, working out. Our housemate came back, so yeah, now it's no longer just two of us or three of us, including one housemate that was here. But overall, things are going well, going smooth. The weather is better, even though it's gonna drop to negative again next week. Yeah. Interesting thing is that I've been trying to train my pair of legs to survive the cold. So now what we do is that every week, not every week, pretty much, we like on alternate days we go on workout in our gym because I don't really want to run in such cold weather, or like it could be warmer when it's like around afternoon, but it's hard to fit the time into that. You have to do something and then you break it, and then you continue doing that stuff. So I just kind of prefer doing everything straight up in the morning, get it done, get refreshed and all that, and then start working something like that. So we started having that in our schedule, and yeah. So I don't know. I usually wear like I wear shorts to run, but then what I do is that I wear another what do you call that, like those pants. I don't know, sport trousers, pants. I don't know what do you call it, like when I walk there, so that when it's cold and all that, I can feel warm in my leg. And then when I come back, usually I don't wear it because I'm lazy to wear another layer once you have taken it off, and then second is that I mean, like, it's your legs just feel a bit warmer after the run. But recently I just ditched the trousers at all. Like I'll just when I walk there, I just walk there because I don't know. I mean, like I guess your legs are kind of stronger. Like they just can survive cold better than they're less sensitive, I'd say. So that's what I've been trying to do. Trying to survive. I think my lowest is like 4 degrees with like maybe around 30. Maybe 25, let's say 25. Let's find a middle ground. 25 km per hour wind. That's how I'm able to survive. But I'm still thinking like, no, next week, -4. Is it a good idea to, just walk with my legs naked right in the cold? Yeah, I'm thinking, I think it's worth trying, but I'm not sure how much I'll suffer. That's the thing. Yeah,
I mean, you can still pack it in the bag, just in case you can't stand it or anything.
The thing is, I'm not going to wear it halfway, I think.
Okay,
yeah,
true.
I think, like, if I do hit there, if I'm able to hit there, and then I don't think it's a problem coming back.
Yeah.
First, because it's going to be late in the morning, the sun is probably going to be out, and then after my workout, my legs are probably going to be stronger, unless my leg paralyzed when I'm there. So that's kind of scary, but I doubt that will happen. Yeah, so, yeah, one day.
But you know what? We've actually been working out for the past 4 days.
Oh yes, it is. Oh, because we worked out on Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday was like Pilates, and then Thursday and Friday. Amazing, well done. That's a streak, man. That's a streak. Amazing. Yeah, so that's lovely, isn't it?
So we deserve a resting day today, so that we can work out again tomorrow.
Yeah. So we try to keep it to at least 4 gym days and then 1 Pilates, because we do really quite like that instructor. Like, the way that she teaches Pilates is amazing. Yeah. But I guess that's all for our life updates and all that. Shouldn't get any longer. So today, I don't know. Like we used to. The interesting thing about our podcast is that we still have a lot of we have this Notion page where we plot our ideas and all that, and then we used to just pick our ideas, put it out into preparing, and then we put it into ready to record. Like there's a there's like a process thing, and then we choose that topic to record. But then recently, I don't know, I guess we haven't been adding much of the ideas. So let's say, I don't even know when is this. Oops, I'm editing it. This is like back in 2020, September, 5th of September. So that's that's quite a long time. That's before you are here. That's it feels like a year before that. I don't know why. Because I guess that's like a huge change when you came here. So it's like that's something huge. So I felt like that can be considered like a year. When you come here. So that just kind of confuses my mind. But yeah, like right now, I don't know. I guess we are different in a way. I don't know, that we feel like those at least those there are some that are quite interesting, but sometimes we just don't feel like talk about it. Now we just kind of randomly think of ideas that we want to talk, and then we just set it for next week for some reason. I don't know, it's quite interesting.
But it's good, right? Like sometimes you just have something that's more related as of now, then you share about it.
Actually,
instead of keeping it until you might forever never going to share it.
That's true. That's kind of true. Yeah, that's kind of true. So yes, so today, yeah, we are gonna talk about this thing called how important is it to feel fulfillment in your job? Okay, I'm not sure how much of the audience are actually working right now, but I guess when you start working and all this, unlike like past generation or even the past century, where the reason why you get a job is literally to earn money, and yeah, you don't really care. Like nowadays, we talk more about mental well-being and all this. So you care about like how fulfilled, how impactful is your work. Like how do I feel when I work? That is like kind of essential part of working as well. But I know back then they don't care about this, but now it's quite important. Like when you apply for job, they'll ask you like I guess like on like those hiring articles, they'll say that what you're doing, how you're impacting different things, your how your responsibility, something like that. So instead of just like being being a tiny gear in a huge machine, they kind of show that how being that tiny gear actually helps the whole thing. They kind of want to make you feel how important you are, something like that. So the question is like, while there's a lot of spotlight on this right now, like how important is that? Yeah.
Okay, how important? Based on I before I started coming over to UK for my master, I actually worked for a year, right? So during that journey, I'll say it is very important for me because maybe it's a bit different because I know some people out there, they are still working so that the main reason for them working very, very hard is that they want to earn more money to save it. So no matter how difficult the work is, as long as they can earn money, they tend to do it. The money factor is more of the motivator. But for my job, it's a fixed rate. No longer how hard you work, you won't get any extra. And most of the time, you have to work overtime.
Okay.
That's and it's more kind of like related to someone else's life. You just don't want to risk that. Yeah. So for me, in that situation, I'll say it is very, very important because it kind of like motivates me to work harder or move forward. Yeah, sometimes and it is, you can easily fixate on certain parts like why am I working so hard? I'm not making any changes and all. But if you turn your perspective a bit, you might see something different that will actually gives you a sense of fulfillment. That so that you feel like, okay, I'm actually doing something instead of nothing. Then it gives you that feeling like, yeah, I should appreciate myself and all. And that whole thing actually motivates me to do more.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess you come up with this idea because there's something that you've been thinking about, right?
Yes. So definitely that happened within my job because so what happened is that I think it's almost 2 months ago. 2 months ago I got this news because I started working around end of September, and then around 2 months ago, my manager, which only have I'm the only person under my manager, and then he is leaving the company. I was like, wow, and I mean, like, I had a great time working with him, and then the thing is how the way I work in my team is not the way, like the role that I'm in my team is quite interesting because me and my manager, we are quite different from the rest of the team. There's around 10 of us in the team, and then most of them are engineers, software engineers, and then researchers or software engineer, very technical people. And then for me and my manager, while we are still technical people, but we focus more towards marketing instead of pushing the perfection of the product. We tend to just get a greater audience so that when we actually have a product, people will see it, people will know it, people will work on it, something like this. So that's why yeah, I feel like, it's wow. I don't know. It's like I lost a mentor guru, something like that. It's like I don't have a direction anymore. So, and then like I've been feeling a bit lost. Like working over the past month or a bit like maybe past month or two, something like that. But recently I kind of found my way out. But definitely I've been thinking like then because like I guess the reason is that because I lost my manager, so I that and then there's a lot of changes which makes cause me to lose a lot of things that I can be doing. Not that I lost my job or like there's just so many different things that happen that cause me to not be able to do what I used to do before. Yeah, it's just complicated. It's not because of my manager leaving or because of it's a general a bigger thing. Yeah, a bigger thing like just a company decision, something like that. Yeah, so but it's probably gradually coming back, so I can't really tell that much about that. That's like slightly confidential stuff. But so then you like imagine when your role just suddenly change and then you don't have a guidance on top of you, so you feel a bit lost. Like, what am I doing here? Like what am I actually doing? So that made me question like how important it is. I feel like like I guess what I'm doing is still impactful, but the thing is like I don't feel fulfilled doing what I'm doing. Like, what's the reason I'm doing this? Like, yeah, like what do I get out of this? Like I don't feel not that I don't feel good. I am doing something, but then I don't feel good enough. Yeah, there's no satisfaction from doing this, something like that. So, yeah, so that made me thought of this idea. I like what you said about just now. Um, yeah, I guess I don't know. I feel bad. I would agree that fulfillment is important, like especially after what I've went through and everything. I think it's hard to just. I mean that period of time, just like for the period of 1 to 2 months where I'm like very lost. I just like I'm getting the salary, getting my stuff done. It is. It feels. It feels bad because not only you like even though you're getting the money for me at least I am more of a objective based person. I care about it, completing an objective, what I'm doing. I feel like I need to have done something. I can't just like you don't just if you ask me in here to do nothing, something like that. If I don't feel like I am a part of it or like I have a result, no, like whatever my action and result to what I own, I just feel weird. I don't feel deserved, and even though if I get the money, I won't feel right. So I would question myself, something like that, like whether I'm imposter, something like that. So that's something I truly don't enjoy. So for me, like working directly for money, unless I knew I deserved it, unless I knew I deserved it, wouldn't just work for me. Wouldn't just work for me. I need to have like, at least I have an internal feeling where I need to have done something. I need to reach my own satisfaction. Only I can like, all right, okay, you have done something. You deserve this. You won't question yourself. You can actually sleep well at night, something like that. So, yeah, that's why that, yeah, that like I don't know why I went so far away. And that's why I say that it is important to feel fulfillment. Yeah, for me. But my perspective is more like it's probably a barrier of mine. It's funny. It's like even though you say that's a barrier, it's kind of something that pushes you forward into doing better because what like this so-called barrier that I call it is basically this mindset that I have to do something, improve better. I have to be better. I have to complete stuff. I have like people hire me not because I'm lucky, because I deserve it. So I should show that I do stuff, something like that.
Yeah, I feel like it's very interesting to see like in the past. Okay, I didn't do much research on that before, but based on what those TV series or movies have been portraying, like in the past, people work so hard to just earn a living, but nowadays we are just not limited to live a life, but but we're actually trying to seek growth within what we are doing. Yeah, even though it might be a very small thing, but we are, I can't say all, but general people are actually trying to look for something that is actually leading them in terms of growth, right?
I mean, well, there's multiple reasons for this. For one very exact thing is that it's still well, what you say, like in back then, like, you know, they just work and then care about money. I guess it's a different perspective because back then you can just work and then you can kind of, it's quite expected that, you know, this role is secured. You can just, you are like secured. But right now, people, I don't know, I guess we're in a different time whereby you know that nothing is like permanent. And then especially for me, I'm under a contract, so definitely I need to look forward into the future to protect myself, to have growth, so that I will maintain valuable and maintain valuable. People would hire me, something like that. Yeah, so I guess that is the one of the difference. But another thing is that I guess like right now, like there's an emphasis on how important learning is, and then you don't, like, we, unlike back then where we just care about the depth of a skill, like people would just care how like how well you know one thing. Actually, it's not pretty the best example, but back then people just care about one and the depth of your skill, and then I guess as you work on something, well, yeah, sorry, I guess it's not because like you said that people just care about money, and then and then what I'm talking is that they don't care about the depth of skill. Like right now, people might be, instead of being a specialist, they might care about being a generalist. I don't know. Sorry. Yep, this is not exactly related, but I guess then I'll just fall back to my first reason. I guess just that the world is different. That you know that many things are not so permanent and all that, and probably because there's just a lot more opportunities. I don't know. Then like for example, there's a lot more opportunities which creates greater hope and something like that. So, for example, let's say if you were to start your own business, you were to do something big, you were to start your even YouTube channel, you were to start planning to become an influencer, TikToker, you definitely know that whatever you have right now is not sufficient, and then you try to do things and then eventually try to learn as well. I guess that's just lot more opportunities which gives a lot more hope for a lot of people into doing things, and then that causes us to, you know, not just care about like money anymore. Like, you know, like having the money doesn't actually get me to what I want, because my hope is not my hope or dreams is not just about getting that money. So we are planning to get a bit like further ahead, something like that. That's what I think.
Like there was a study about the relationship between money, how much you earn and your happiness. So when you're at a lower level of income, you tend to get happier when you got an increase in your wages and all. But when it reaches a certain level, you no longer feel any happier. Like it's already sufficient for you to live your life, and the additional money, just you won't feel that happy as compared to, you know, when you come from a lower income range.
I mean, like that's the value of money actually have diminishing return as you get more and more money, which is quite funny. But that's generally how it works.
Unlike what all of us has been like thinking or imagining, like one day if I have this much of money, I'll feel very, very happy and all. But in fact, maybe that's not what you feel.
I guess I mean, there's this saying that I mean, I guess it's from Bill Gates, that we overestimate what we can do in a year and underestimate what we can do over the course of 10 years. So many things in our life doesn't, like us human, we see things, we think about things linearly. We think that things just grow linearly, but then in fact many things, I guess, in the world just grow exponentially. But like for example, like the value of money, it's not really exponential. I don't know what that curve is called. Like when the diminishing return curve. I don't know, like inversely exponential, something like that. I don't know. Like it just kind of literally looks like exponential graph, like, isn't it? So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that works, but yeah, it's just, I guess I don't know how to adopt the exponential mindset. It's just something that I would love to do if you, because like the idea is that, I don't know, for me, I'm more of a visual guy, so whatever I do things and all that, I care about seeing it, I care about visualizing it, how it works, something like that. If I'm able to work that things out as an image, as a video or some kind in my brain, that thing would just I can easily absorb that idea, and then I'll just do it on a day by day basis, something like that. So I don't know, that's just something I would love to do. And this exponential thing is quite cool.
Yeah. And it actually reminds me about one of my best friends. Yeah, the two girls, one of them. Yeah,
the two girls, one of them.
I don't want to expose which one that I say.
I'm pretty sure I'll know.
Okay. All right. So I remember a few years back. I think around 2 to 3 years. Yeah. She was working. I'm not sure as an intern or she just started working in her company, and I remember her telling me that, seeing everyone have been like they're just so smart, so good in everything. I'm actually thinking, what about me? Like, am I doing enough, or am I actually doing something that they are actually seeking for the company itself? Yeah, so that actually makes her feel so insecure. Like, yeah, although you earn a decent amount, I mean, based on that. I mean, we are just fresh grads that time and all, yeah. But she just feels so insecure. Like, I can be replaced anytime. The thinking that she has was like, I have to do something so that I won't be replaced anytime.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess that's also, if you can find something that you're actually producing something that's good enough, or that actually gives you a sense of fulfillment, you might feel a lot better compared to, like, I might be replaced anytime. That just makes you feel so anxious and all. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can understand.
Do you actually have that anxious feeling?
It's funny how if you I guess when you talk about this, I can see why that happens, and then I won't disagree that I used to feel that, because because the reason the reason is my role is actually quite easily replaceable. But I don't know, like there's this two thing. I have this contract, and then there's there's this easily replaceable role or something like that. But I don't know, right now, do I feel less of that? I guess for some reason now I feel less of that, and that kind of make me feel like it's weird. Like it kind of feels that my fulfillment is kind of, it's attached to this reason as well. Like how like, well, I say that it's attached to how important is my work. How much I, like, I don't know, how much I produce, something like that. How impactful is the things I've done and all that. Now that I think of it, yeah, it does sound like, you can say that my fulfillment is that if I can feel like I am less replaceable, I will be a lot more fulfilled. It's quite an interesting thing. So, it's quite an interesting connection, in a relationship. But I'm not sure. No, it could be because I'm just, knowing that I can be fired anytime, something like that. But I don't know, because it's interesting. It's interesting. Even lost my words. It's interesting to think about, I guess, whether my fulfillment actually come from how much I produce, or do I just or is it just a security thing? Yeah, but it's very interesting. But I guess Yes, I guess we can leave that into as a question, and then I'll think about it. Because yeah, it could be either. Oh, yeah, yeah. It could be just because I wonder whether will I get fired, or it could be that am I actually doing enough? But I don't know. It's a good question.
Yeah, but I just thought of something like maybe this fulfillment thing is not just limited to how secure we feel and or how impactful we're actually being in our company and all, because I just thought of like my experience. Okay, first thing is I don't really have that security problem that time, because we are on contract and usually they won't just fire you in between, because and plus they actually lack manpower.
Okay.
So I don't really have that concern. But my when I think back, actually those fulfillment moments that I have actually came from very small thing. Like for example, when my patients, I almost said my parents, when my patients told me that I feel a bit better after talking to you, like I look forward to talk to you next time because it just makes me feel better and all. Like this very, very small thing actually makes me feel a lot more fulfilled. Like, yeah, I'm actually doing something. Although the something is very small. Yeah. Or maybe because in that particular condition, you can't really expect a very big change because of those stresses or difficulties that they've been going through. And so maybe because of those external factors as well, I tend to focus my something that I'm looking for in a smaller sense. I mean, looking for something small, that can actually push me forward. Yeah.
Understand. That's cool. That's great. Yeah. For me, I don't know. I mean, because like the nature of my work is just slightly different, so I can't really get like it's hardly that I'll get like hardly I'll get fulfilled the way you got it. So,
it is.
But I don't know. I guess how important is it to feel fulfillment in your job? I guess it's quite important, but I guess like what I'm doing now, I'm still figuring out like what is the reason of fulfillment. I feel like it's more towards like getting things done, because I just feel like I want not really about like because whether will I get fired or something like that, because I think that's quite minor. Yeah, that's quite minor. The thing is, I don't think my mindset have been attached to jobs like or roles or something like that. It's more like how much I'm more attached to how much I value. So I care about my fulfillment comes from what I produce. Something like that. If I do produce something well, I feel like I've done enough, then I feel fulfilled. Because I know I fully understand that as long as I have the value, then I don't need to worry about like all these jobs, like earning for a living, something like that. Yeah. So yeah. But I guess I guess it is quite important to feel fulfillment in your job, but it just the main thing is like, what is the reason behind the fulfillment? Like what gives you that fulfillment? I guess that's the main thing that you should think about.
True. But when I imagine those like jobs like being a doctor, a nurse, or even a lawyer, if you don't really feel fulfilled from your job, or you don't, and that makes you just don't enjoy doing it. Oh my god, can't imagine that.
Yeah. Understand. So yes, I guess that will be it for this episode. So yes, any insights or thoughts that you would like to share?
No, I can't really think of anything for now.
Just an interesting thing that I'd like to share, because recently I believe many have known about ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is like what we call a large language model, but they design it in a very user-friendly way where you can. So it's kind of like an AI which knows how to produce answers based on the data that they've trained on, and then this ChatGPT it's really helpful in many ways. I believe everyone should just try out, like whether the greatest use case came from actually my manager. I'm still following him on Twitter, and he tweeted about how to use ChatGPT to learn about various topics. I guess I'm not sure about non-computer science topics, but if especially you're using computer science topic, it can be really helpful. You can literally just ask question, you know, how should I you can ask about something like, can you give me a learning schedule on learning maybe about machine learning, PyTalk or something like that. And then even when after ChatGPT listed out a 10-step method to do this, you can go deeper into asking every single of them, like to know how can get started and examples, or even ask ChatGPT generate exercises and all that. It is quite amazing. And yeah, like why it's so amazing, because it is very personalized, because you get to ask questions where you don't understand, unlike where you learn from a website. They are just giving out the static information, and then while you can comment and ask, you need to depend on another person to reply, and then sometimes you just can't wait for that reply, something like that. So that's the thing. I find it really, really helpful. Yeah, and then another, I guess, one important thing, at least for me, for us from the Asian perspective, that you don't get you get less pressured, because if you have any question, you can just ask. It's an AI. So yeah, it's really amazing. I think of course, like, there's many controversial saying like, whether this kind of AI should exist, but if you like, many things just have a positive and a negative side. Yeah. The way we should treat everything is that we should just look at the positive side, and then we work on it, we improve it. Yeah, instead of, like, trying, like, of course there's way to fix the negative side, but and then we eventually will fix it down the line, but we can't just focus on the negative side and then just, like, this thing shouldn't exist. Everything has a good and bad side, and then as long as there's enough good, we should just use it, and then we just use it for the good parts.
True. I like how you conclude that whole thing.
Yeah.
The good side and bad side. Yeah.
So yes, I guess that's it for this episode then. So yes, amazing episode. So next week we're heading to Birmingham. I'm not sure, because I don't know. We do have plans to just do an episode right at Birmingham. I don't know whether we'll still be following our topic, or, like, I don't know. Maybe it will be a fully casual episode about in Birmingham. I'm not sure if we'll still do that, but I don't know. I guess I would love to do that, but we'll see, I guess. Yeah. So yes, thanks everyone for listening. I recently noticed that there's quite a lot more people watching our podcast on YouTube. Thanks to all of you. Feel free to comment below on how we can improve, or, like, topics that you like us to talk about, something like that. But other than that, thanks everyone for listening and watching, and hope to see you guys in the next episode. And yes, I'm a bit hungry now. Now we'll try to do it right before breakfast, so we have that motivation to complete it, and then we'll head for breakfast and possibly even a walk later.
I'm hungry as well.
So yes, thanks everyone for watching, listening, and see you guys next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the podcast. If you enjoyed, do share with your friends and family, and leave us a review on the Apple Podcast. If you are not using an Apple device, you can leave a review on the Apple Podcast website with a link in the show notes. If you have any feedback or thoughts which you hope that we'll discuss in the future, feel free to email them to us at hello@inkthoughts.com, or alternatively, you can send us a private message on our Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter with the username of inkthoughtspod. Thanks again, and see you all next week. Bye bye.